Hello? Am I live now? Oh man, this is horrible. They changed something on YouTube. Or in OBS. No man, you just close the dockable window. If you'd like to show it again, use the docs menu on the menu bar. Okay, I'm live now, right? Am I live now? Oh man, hell no. Hell no. How can I check that now? No way. No way. No way. No, don't tell me this is happening. Oh my gosh. This is horrible. Okay, one is watching right now. It's probably Ryan. I don't know. But he or she watched my stream. No, hell no. Oh. Your OBS changed something. I'm gonna show it quickly. I cannot, yeah, I'm probably not gonna show it, but I can select here stream, and then usually I like clicked start streaming, and then here it said start streaming, and now something changed, and I had here a go live button. I didn't click the go live button until 1 minute ago. Dang it. So I was talking 20 minutes to my camera and my screen. Nah, man. Ah, dang it. Dang it. Especially because I have an agreement with my wife to stream until 10:15. Oh, shit. Oh, no, man. Anyways, welcome to my stream. Last time I streamed is like 2 months ago. And I forgot everything, man. That's live. But I'm glad to be here now. So I wanted to talk about this new project I'm working on since a year already. Or I started a year ago and then I stopped a bit. But right now I got really into it because I might change places of work. And this is a project where I pour in the things I learned at work the last 7 years. And if you don't know, my main there's a big spider. My main task at work, or the main stuff I do at work, is programming web apps, mobile apps, Android, iOS, and stuff like that. Not native, but hybrid. Do you say hybrid in English? So we generally run one code base, and then you can create a web app from it, and simultaneously an Android and iOS app. And I think I've shared this before, but my really favorite project there now was this bio app, which is biology quiz app, which is already running now like 10 years. It's funded by a company in Switzerland, and yeah, check it out. It's fun if you're into biology. It's kind of targeted for Swiss youth because they have like this national Olympiad where they can participate, and this is like an app where they can prepare for. And yeah, so this the last year and a half I worked on this as a main job, and I worked on it as like project lead and lead developer, and it was very fun to reprogram it and also make it available in 5 languages. Before it was only German, and it was much requested to translate it, and then we said, okay, if we translate it, we're gonna make it in a really flexible and modern tech stack. And before it was libgdx. Maybe you know libgdx if you play a bit retro side scrollers. It was programmed in this I mean, it's a cool. It looks like a cool platform to program on, but if you want to make a game, like a side scroller game, and initially it was planned a bit to go into this direction, but yeah, so they ended up just having this quiz, and to have like a quiz app in a imagine you have like a quiz app in Unreal Engine or something, that would be horrible to maintain. And so yeah, the client wanted 5 languages, or not the client, but one of the stakeholders said like, okay, let's make it multi-language. And we said, okay, if we're gonna make it multi-language, because this requires a lot of recoding, and then we said we could just gonna do it. And so all of this knowledge, or most of the knowledge, I use now to transfer into like a private project, game life balance. And so if we open this up, I mean, I already have it built like on my phone for testing, but it should be mobile friendly. Android and iOS is not available yet, but at some point, probably next year, mid next year or someone. Yeah, it depends a bit. So yeah, I've been working on this. What does it actually do? So I was explaining it the last half an hour, a bit of details into it, and I realized I wasn't even live. But voila. No one told me in the chat. Well, there was no chat. So it is not a progressive web app. I could add this feature. So BioApp is a progressive web app. I think if you go to app, I think you can see it here. Anwendung. Oh, there's no service worker. I think we removed it. I don't remember why. Because on iOS you had weird effects, but I don't remember. So no, it's not specifically yet to run as a progressive web app. I don't really like the concept of progressive web apps anymore. I don't remember why, but it was a bit of a hustle we had with one project. Talking Pictures, that's another app that I worked on. And made it to the stores. So if you want to check it out, feel free. It's also with the same tech stack, Vue.js, Capacitor, and Pina Store for state management. And so I forgot what I want to say. Yeah, we got a bit of the hustle into the maintaining, because the progressive web apps, the browser decide a bit themselves when they update. Like, you have to force the browser to update it. There is a workaround. Like, you can tell the browser, okay, if there's a new version, kill the old version and get the new one. But it's not that you as a developer can decide when that is. I mean, the same is a bit like in the App Store. Like, a user can just decide, okay, I'm never gonna do this update. But most of the people, they just have auto updates. And yes, I have just one code base. I use Vue.js. Why is my... it glitched a bit here. So I can show you the package JSON. This is the tech stack. So I have Vue.js, Vue.js 3 for the main mainframe. Let's call it that. Then Pina Store for state management. It's like the successor of Vuex. Very amazing, very cool. You will see it. And then, so the cool thing is you have like the stores, and each store has like his own states that he takes care about. So for example, DataStair, Firebase Auth, Server, Strava, etc. And so, yeah, using Pina Store for that. And then Firebase for authentication, and capacitor is like the device API. This allows to build the app into different platforms. So iOS here is a sub package for iOS development, and Android for Android development. And the cool thing is I can just go into the terminal and I go to this projects GLB, and here I can Apex Cap open Android. Obviously on a Windows I cannot open the iOS because it requires a Xcode project, but I mean previously I've generated it, so I mean to generate Apex Cap npm run build prod app, and this generates this compiles or it packages it's bundling, let's use the correct term, it's bundling the code into static files, to static HTML JavaScript files, and then it generates an Android project with these files, and technically they run the same way as a mobile app, technically they run in a browser in the Android and in the iOS app, so it's still a website, but it will feel and behave like an app, so like when opening, closing, and stuff like that. And so yes, and then basically here I just have a regular Android app, which I can publish and maintain in the App Store. Why is it not runnable? It's still downloading tons of Gradle stuff. And so yeah, most of the time on this channel I talked about augmented reality because it's kind of the project that the interest in augmented reality skyrocketed at the time when I published this augmented reality project about air navigation. But my main expertise, I would say, is in mobile development. So like the past 7-8 years I've been working on projects like this, and so would be sad if I don't talk about this here, especially because this is a community. It's great to build stuff with communities. You learn from the community, and hopefully someone can learn as well how to build apps like this. Yes. So the stack is a combination of HTML and JavaScript. Yes, at the base it is HTML and JavaScript, you're correct. Vue.js is a framework. I don't know if you know Angular. Angular is a framework that is a bit known to be a bit bigger and for very complex applications, or suited well for complex applications. And Vue.js is a bit of a light version of Angular. So it's a JavaScript framework. Is it JavaScript framework? I don't know really by the terms. Vue.js, progressive JavaScript framework. Yes, I don't know what is progressive. What is progressive? Innovative? It's progressing a lot. Maybe it's talking about that. But yeah, it's I love it. Like it's very lightweight. It's very easy to learn. So for example, if I show you one page, you have a script part, you have a template part, and you have a style. So in the script part, so Vue.js you can use with TypeScript, which I prefer because then you have everything typed and stuff like that. So you have a bit more code quality. And or you can choose, okay, I'll take JavaScript, and then you just write plain JavaScript. And so in the script part, you just have TypeScript or your code. For example, here, okay, on mounted, which is in when this is mounted in the view. So when this is appearing in the view, then this is running. So it's adding 2 listeners. And then in the template part, you have normal HTML. And here you can have custom views, they call it. And this is like other components that have functionality themselves. And the idea of a bit of view, you have these components that you can reuse everywhere not in the scene. In Unity it will be seen, but in the app. So anywhere where I want this online status to be visible, I can go and I just write online status, boom, and it will be displayed there. This is red because it requires some props, they call it, which is like parameters I can give to this. I can define parameters to control this component. I love it. It's really great. Don't use a lot of library. Make. I will check it out to see if it's possible to have one code base. Publish is a native app. It's very interesting. Yeah. It's this is not a lot of libraries at all, man. I mean, yeah, it is a lot. Like if you look at the node modules, this is like all of the modules that are loaded in when using these libraries, which is a ton, because all of these libraries, they have like sub-libraries. But yeah, in bigger projects, you will have way more than this. But yeah, it's better to keep it low as possible. So I can tell you exactly what everything is. So view router is for routing. Vue.js is just the basic. The router is like where it defines, okay, where is the page. So this is one route. And then if I go to game data, this is another route. And then PINA is the state management, authentication, access is for making requests. Capacitor safe area is a really small plugin for the safe areas on the phone. And then preferences is for storing data. And these are like API. So the app is for some app functions, app launcher functions. This is like device functions. And so, yeah, and these dev dependencies, they are development side only, so localhost only. They don't go into the app when I build it. They're like dev tools, you call it. For example, the CLI, you only use in the CLI, or the types, that's just for typing. Yeah, so when I bundle the app, it gets translated into normal JavaScript, I guess. It gets translated by Vite. Vite is the bundler here, and also the dev server. But yeah, I don't want to get too much into details, because also projects like this sometimes are so complex you cannot dive into the details. You can, but it's crazy lot. But yeah, it's very cool to have one code base, and I mean it's a web, it's HTML and JavaScript, which a lot of people know, and to create mobile apps like this is very cool, very empowering. And I've been loving this the last at least 5 years a lot, and so I finally have I feel like a more or less cool project to work on it. So what is actually the idea? I still talk about that, and then I have to finish. Oh man, I messed up my stream. But voila, that's life. So the idea of project game life balance is I want to self-regulate gaming in a fun way. And the idea is that you track the distance of your in-game character with a mod. For example, I have this DayZ mod you can check out. And so it's mostly a server-side mod. It tracks your player, or it tracks each player that is signed up with a auth token you find in the setting here. And then it at the end of the match, or when you log out, it sends this data automatically here to my backend. When you started, when you finished, how long you played, and the distance. And you can also add some notes. And then for other games like Urban Terror, I've implemented a bit more details, like in the session, like there's, yeah. Here, for example, here, depending on the game, you can add more details, like Urban Terror. I started with this game, that's why it has the most details. While playing, you can like fill this out. And this data, this you will get from another, you can check it out in the description here, in the about page. How a bit I started. I explained this whole stuff an hour ago, yeah, to the camera not being live, so it was a bit of a bummer, but voila. So I'm like making object character recognition from every frame, or from every 10th frame. And I calculate and I process the whole game recording, and I extract like the speed numbers from the top, bottom, right here. So yeah, these are the 2 games now I have supported for this project, which is obviously not great, but yeah. A friend will work on a Minecraft mod, and then next I'll probably move on to GTA, and have a mod there, because eventually people will not enter it manually. That's just stupid. So if you want to create a mod for a game you love and want to improve your health and your balance of game and life, let me know in the comments or in Discord. Will be awesome. And so then so yeah, game and life. So for game is like the game distance, and for life, the data is your activities, like your sport activities. And so you get like credits for being active, for walking, for running, and the calories define how much you get credits, and you get a bonus when you go up with a certain calculation I can show in another stream. Yeah, so the distance does really matter. It's mostly the calories, and the baseline is like running. It's all described in the about page, somewhere down below, or here. Yeah, so it's like calories per kilometers, and the baseline is running. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, and the idea from the activities is that those get synced automatically as well. So at the moment I'm doing this with Strava. Then next I will try to I mean, first I have to get reviewed by Strava to be able to let other people connect. Like at the moment it's only my account that I connect, and then as soon as I pass any a review with Strava, I can connect other, or I let other. It will be possible for other users to connect to their account as well. If you're interested in testing or trying it out, let me know. Would be awesome to have some feedback. And because right now the sign up is closed, because I don't want to run too much people. I mean, I don't think there will be so many people right now running on this project, but just in case, I just disabled it to avoid problems Or I'm also in the backend is running on like a 200 megabyte RAM, which is quite good for just a small server and a database. But yeah, just to start things a bit slowly. Yes, so that's the project I'm gonna be working on a bit, or I've been working on the last couple of weeks. And this project I want to make open source. I didn't make it open source yet because I still need to check the keys, because I started to create this. Yeah, I work with authentication with Firebase, and so I just have to make sure that those are not in the repository. I think I already figured it out, but let me go over it one more time, and then I will make this open source so you can use it for your own projects if you want to have a more or less cool, flexible tech stack. I've used this tech stack now the 4th time to build an app. No, wait, maintenance, be up. Maintenance, be up. Talking pictures. So it's the 4th, yeah. Yeah, it's the 4th. And we'll do another one at work, so it's the 5th. But yeah. Oh, no, we did one with... We also did a capacitor. No, just the Vue.js app for the admin tool, I think. Augmented reality navigation. But yeah, so this is the tech stack, and I'm gonna make available at some point, probably next week or in 2 weeks. Yeah, there will be updates in the Discord. There's a channel for it. Just right here. If you have any comments, let me know. There's still one question. If I understand what the goal is about balance the time we pass to play and do some sport. So the idea is, I should have started with that. You know, I was so confused when I realized that I didn't go live when I went live. So that was horrible. The idea is that here in the end you have a balance of your track distance in game and your track distance from your sport activities, because what I don't like is to regulate your gaming by time, because it's just horrible. Like, you're playing, you have a great time, and then you just have to stop in a good moment because time is over, stuff like that. No, I don't think any gamer likes that. And so I thought I had this idea a year ago where maybe it would be fun to have another stat of your game, of your real game. I was like, yeah, like last year I was wondering myself, like, how would it feel like when I run the same distance like I would run in the game? Like, I played Urban Terror at the time a lot. So this game, and I was wondering, like, how would it feel like to run the same distance? And then this idea evolved into this project. What do we need to do to test the app? Just let me know. Are you in the Discord? I don't remember. I think you are. If you are in the Discord, that is linked below, just let me know, or contact me on LinkedIn or something. Don't post your credentials here on the chat. Yeah, I think that would be best. I can get you rolled in. There's other Ryan testing this from DayZ. I only have one mod at the moment that is working at the moment. If you want to develop a mod, I would appreciate it. It will be fun. Yeah, so one friend, I'm super excited that one friend will work on the Minecraft mod in December during holidays. And next year I'll get into GTA modding. But yeah, also the DayZ modding, it's super frustrating. But I asked Gemini a lot. Like I was like pen testing Gemini. Like I was like talking with Gemini 10 hours straight, and in about 2 or 3 days I had a more or less decent start for the mod. So it was definitely not trained on these DayZ modding, but it was not bad. I was very impressed. And so also for this app, I'm using Gemini a lot. And so any changes I make, I ask Gemini to make it, and it works very well so far. I like it a lot. It just helps to speed up repetitive stuff, and because I know most of the things I'm doing in this area, I don't feel bad about using AI. I get the idea. Is the distance calculated valid? Is the distance calculation valid for all game? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by valid? It depends a bit. Yeah. So the distance you get from the game, I mean, you can choose. You can always enter yourself. So, for example, for DayZ, I calculate the distance with on the server. I don't want to go into details now how I calculate it because it will be too much. I think I take every 10 seconds, I take the XYZ of the character, and then the next position XYZ I take, and then I calculate the distance. It's a bit off to the actual distance in the client because there's a bit of this delay and stuff like that. But maybe we can make it all accurate over the time. Because the problem is from the client, like it depends a bit on the distance, on the environment of the game as well. Like you can't make post request out of the client, but I can make a client mod and then send the data to the server, which probably a way to make it more accurate. But eventually most of the games have like distance trackers. So in Minecraft, for example, I have it. And we'll see how we can extract that. So, and the distance for the game in now, like for the balance, per default, I want to take it like 1-to-1, which might be a bit. It depends a bit what the game is. Like if there's a game with horse riding, obviously this will not fit. It focuses a bit on games that are like first person. Maybe if your question was about that. So, for example, in DayZ, what was crucial as well, because you can also ride around with cars. Do I have it somewhere? So there is a vehicle. For example, there is a player is vehicle question condition. If the player is in a vehicle, you don't want to track the data, right? So there is a continue in this loop of players, or for this player. If he's in a vehicle, it doesn't calculate it doesn't add to its distance stats. Is the calculation will work with a game like NBA 2K? What is that? It's just NBA basketball. Ooh, interesting. I have no idea. Is this a game you play on Steam? You play in the browser? Ah, PS2. Ah, it's on Steam. Ah, it's a PC game. So, so there, I see two options for adding a game to be able to. I mean, I could also create a function that you can add any game. You just add a title, and then you can just add, for example, the time. I started now, I ended now, or I started 1 hour ago, and then you just have to somehow get the distance from the game. So either the game tells you, which will be great, then you can already add it without having me created a mod. So I would say, okay, 1 hour basketball playing is maybe 7,500 meters, 7,500 meters, and then you can add your node, blah, blah, blah. I could create this for any game, or make a huge list, or just have the player or the user add it themselves. Yeah, so you could write it custom yourself, but I think it's more fun if you have like a mod, and mods are mostly for PC games, so this already narrow it down a bit to PC games, and the moddable PC games. Yeah, so that's a bit I have to juggle a bit here the practicability and the use or the effect, and so yeah. So let's watch a bit of gameplay. NBA 2K. NBA 2K. Gameplay. I don't have any sound. I disabled it, I think. Is this just a single player game? Or is it playing against others? So maybe it has, I don't know if it has distance tracker. If it track distance, maybe per player. But yeah. I mean, it wouldn't be... I mean, at some point, like, if you really go crazy with writing Python scripts or AI learning scripts, you could even, like, track one player here and calculate the distance. Like, that's what they do in International League, for football, National League. They like track, like they probably also have personal like wearables where they track steps and heartbeat and stuff like that but I'm sure they also track it like visually, like you've seen augmented reality overlays in some football games, so they can also track distance at any time when you have, as soon as you have a digital representation. You can play in NBA by controlling a team or just one player. Oh, okay, interesting. It's not really a first player game. Yeah, it's similar to like FIFA, I think, just basketball, where you can just switch to another player and then control that player, and the rest is just like NPCs helping you out. Yeah, it looks cool. And this is Cup Finals. Okay. Looks cool. Anyways, I gotta stop the stream at this point. I'm sorry about starting so late. I totally messed it up. And I haven't developed anything at all today. But yeah, I can quickly show my board. There's the issue board. I think the issue board you don't see because it's not public at the repository, and I cut myself with the beer bottle cap. So currently I'm working on Strava connection because so I can connect to Strava, just me. For other players to connect, players. For other users to connect, I need to first get an approval from Strava. So it's just me that can connect now, but it's working. Like you see, I have all this bunch of activities. Like every time I have my smart watch. I can start activity, stop it, boom, it's synchronized to my backend, and I can load it here from my database. And so you can connect. I can have the whole connection flow, but the connection state is not displayed. You need to be able to change permissions, like public activities, private activities, a link to the Strava account. Like this is an example of Wanderer. This is another cool app someone created. This is I take a bit as a benchmark of the whole Strava flow. So this is a bit yeah, the benchmark. And here I still have to, the hard part will be to handle like deauthorization. So if at some point you can maybe say, okay, I don't want that Strava takes my or I don't want to have my data anymore from Strava, and then I need to delete all of that stuff. And of course I need to implement all these functions to be in line with the terms of services. And then at some point Strava, I will give Strava some test accounts, and then they will test and approve or not, and then so on. And yeah, so this is basically all of the issues I still want to work on before going to Strava and say, hey, look, check out my app. Yeah, like basic account management, change email, change password, reset email, reset password, stuff like this. Weekly overview and stuff like this. I could also postpone this actually. I wanted to have like weekly overview here on top, or not like this, but more like a Strava view where you have like the week. Yeah, whatever. It's not important right now. Yeah, so bunch of stuff, lots of stuff to do, but it's fun. And yeah, I hope you learned something on the way. I definitely do. And I wish everyone a good evening, good night, and take care. Goodbye. End broadcast, man. Oh man, that's that was stupid. And I didn't have music at all. Do you have music from? But it's not broadcasted. Where is the music coming from? Like there's music from Upbeat, but what? Why am I not hearing this? Was there any music at all? I totally messed up this live stream, man. Should have prepared better. That's how it is, man. That's how life. We take life as it is.